what if some some kind of shit would happen to you, would you behave the way those people, like those characters in the cinema screen are behaving or not? Hello people. So this is the day. This is how I start my movie reviews. I'm a little bit nervous. I don't know. Uh, it feels like the new chapter of my life because I have to express my opinions and my ideas, and this gonna be judged. But it's usual business in the office, I guess. We're we're judged in the eyes of people every single day, so it's okay. Another challenge, and this is something I'm looking forward to. Um, you know, the movie I want to review is Gemini Man, starring Will Smith, and there are some people in director's line and screenwriting people, like serious people behind the movie, and you can watch those usual reviews on YouTube, and I'm gonna take a different approach to the movie review. Like I want to analyze the relationships between people and help others to take a look at the movie from different perspective. I mean, we all like smooth action, probably all of us. Well, some people love drama, some people love action, some people love comedy. I love a little bit of everything, and um, you know, like the thing I was learning in school, we were analyzing um, different, like books and novels, trying, we were we were trying to understand the meaning behind the poems and things like that, behind the uh, like you read mm, the text, and you do your interpretation, you analyze, and you are looking for deeper meaning, because people who are writing stories, um they are actually expressing something deeper than the actual situations described in the book. And all the movies actually are starting as a book, actually, so just visual expression of the book, and that's what I want to do. Like I'll try to put uh, my reviews in such a way that I minimize spoilers, but there will be some, I guess. I just want to be honest, and I think something is needed for a good review. You have to reveal some unique points, probably. Uh, and let's start. So, you know, the story is actually about the hitman who's working for the government, and he's about to retire, but he's kind of betrayed, and so somebody's chasing him, and peop like he he finds out that the person who's chasing him, trying to kill him, is actually a clone of himself. uh, they have identical DNA, and I want to look at this situation from different perspective. I mean, you know, we can look at the situation as it is possible to be reality in near future, or maybe it's even true. Who knows? But some kind of experiments might be happening. We never know. There are so many classified shit over there. So you know, I want to look at that from the perspective that, like, three perspectives: the usual stuff, usual crap, like pure action and stuff. The clone is chasing the original person who's who has skills, combat skills and killing skills, and the clone is more or less the same. So I want to look at that as a situation where different generations are collapsing, like fighting. There's, let's say, there are some forces, that some people who are manipulating the situation. That guy named Slay, who's running the Gemini lab and making clones of the people. So he is representing some cold-blooded agent who cares about his own stuff, and probably he's making money at the same time, and he's gaining power and things like that, and he's turning on the onto the Will Smith character, trying to kill him just because he's not useful, or something, something not right for him. Like he actually tricked Will Smith in killing somebody, so he has to cover his own shit and remove the evidence. And Will Smith is actually the main evidence, the killing tool. So so let's look at this situation, like in this way. Slay, the bad guy, the agent, he's the person as well. He's pretending to be, like, he's probably feeling like a father to the clone. He raised him, but he's using the young guy to be the replacement for Will Smith's character, and killing the people for him. And that's double standards. I'm your father, I love you, and do work for me. So that's complete bullshit. He's using other people, right? And he's actually representing government agency, or I think he looks like a contractor, not actually the fucking agency member, but he's the contractor working with some agency, and the agency people are actually are also manipulated by this guy, so he's kind of smart as well. And in this kind of situation, you know, I want to look at that character as a person who's representing, you know, some motherfucker who's holding to the power, and you know this probably never changing stuff, that there are always some people who are like that, who are behind the scenes running stuff, and you know doing his dirty work or her dirty work, whatever. And peop people are changing, new generations are coming into the play, but you know that there's always some powerful guy who's messing things up, and you know other people are colliding and fighting just because there's some shit in the barrel, you know, like I don't know if you understand that expression, but doesn't matter. So Will Smith, older Will Smith, is representing uh, older generation, wise generation, and he's kind of getting free from the influence of that world, which is bad, like you know, power is power. It doesn't power is kind of it's never considering your emotions and feelings. You know, you just it's about results, right? And the wise person who's more mature person, he, you know, he gets tired of that crap, and he's trying to retire, and that's why he gets into the trouble. So, and at the other side, there's a younger guy, the clone. If you would look at the, you know, timeline of the events, like the clone, you know, the original storyline, you know, like the clone is chasing the other guy, but it's actually might be interpreted as a situation where you know, teenager, or well, not a teenager, youngster, you know, the guy in early 20s, he's actually fighting his father, or I don't know, like so like, or entire generation is actually trying to fight, because there's some power that which is pushing that young generation towards something like that. That's pure control, and you know the innocent, well, innocent, like not innocent, but I'd say um, naive person, young person is trusting his father, not real father, and he's doing dirty work, and there's a conflict, unnecessary conflict. Nobody needs that, and the conversation has to start at some point, and it's actually happening. I've seen it, like in that sense, the story is created very nicely, and the development of relationship between the younger generation and older generation is interesting, but you know, you have to look deeper. You have to stop looking for action and flaws in the, I don't know, so in the things that are not okay. And if you are smart, you will be looking into the meaning of the situation. Like me, I'm watching movies actually with kind of zero expectations. I don't expect anything, and most people, I think, they are um, mm, they have certain expectations, so like a certain level of quality and entertainment that they require. And if something is wrong, people go after like animals. Those are actually not so intelligent people, but everyone has potential, and that's why I want to change opinion about this movie. I think this movie is much deeper than you think. It's you know, it has deep meaning, and I think Will Smith is the guy who's very smart, very intelligent guy, and he wouldn't accept the role if he wouldn't believe it can uh, have good influence on the world. I'm sure about that. That I think Will Smith would confirm this idea. But let's go back to my interpretation now. I want you to look at the situation even from the third perspective. No, like clones, clowns, yeah, like clowns, jokers. Um, yeah, the other perspective is, you know, you can say that old guy, he is actually looking in the mirror and seeing himself in the past. He's actually talking to himself from the past, and that's a conversation, internal conversation, and again, it's kind of coming back to the idea of younger generation. So like you know, the 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 other guy who was working as a killer, that's really bad job, but he's we don't consider him a bad guy because he was working for his own country, like for his government agency, for his own country sake, yeah. And still he understood that something is wrong. Like this way, this approach to life, this approach to uh, management of the situation is not alright, and he's actually trying to talk to the younger guy, the younger generation, to younger himself, and he's trying to understand what could be done differently. And eventually, you know, that young guy, the clone, the junior guy, he actually changed his future just because he came in contact with what's his name? Will Smith. No, Henry, I think, the character of Will Smith, and you know, it kind of worked out, you know, the young guy, Junior Slay, he became a student, and he became a normal person instead of going the same path, the same warrior path old guy was going through all his life, having no family, having no other career or interest, so just going and doing shit. I mean, shitty work, like dirty work for the people who were actually using him as a tool, as a resource, and that's it. Turn turn point, I think, like, that it gives you hope. It gives you hope that it's possible to turn situation around, and things can happen uh, the way it should be. That you can fix situation, and also you can look in this situation, you are talking to yourself, but not to your younger, but in psychology there's a thing that we have a, they say, I think they say we have three personalities, the kid, the adult, and something else. So um, surprise, actually. uh, Little spoiler alert, there's a third, there is the second clone, even younger clone, and he will be revealed at the end of the movie. And it gives you a sense that there are more clones, there are more people who are used as tools, as weapons. And there's a one good saying. It's kind of in the final combat fight. The phrase weaponized biological capability. So that's what's interesting to the people, to the greedy people who are in power. They might use naive, good people, young people, as weaponized biological, like biological weapons. Like they are actually weapons, and that's what's happening all the time. Like, all the military stuff. Young people are taken to serve their countries all around the world, and that's more or less the same. The system is working the old-fashioned way, when we were fighting, and there were battles, that there were only solutions to poverty, just to go to war, basically. You rob the other country, the other tribe, and that's how you prosper. That's how things were working back in the day, and this shit is still happening. And I think Gemini Man is a very good movie, revealing flaws of our society, of our civilization, and it also says that there's hope. There's something good going to happen if we are going to communicate. Like even that bad guy, his name's Slay, who's running Gemini cloning lab. Uh, he actually wanted to communicate. He didn't hide. He didn't run. He's also the person, but he's a broken person. He's a fucked up person. And well, another spoiler alert. uh, Gemini Man, the old guy, shot the bad guy. Even he had the chance to spare him, but fuck it, he just shot the motherfucker. And hopefully that was the last killing of the ex-assassin. It looks like shit. I forgot his name. I think he's Henry. Wait a second. I'll check this out. Yeah, Henry Brogan. Uh, about let's talk about communication a little bit more. Well, Henry and his allies, two other people. I won't talk about them. If you watch the movie, you will see it. Uh, but you know, there's one interesting point that he actually went to talk to some Russian guy. He ran to the Europe. Like he got away from USA to Colombia. Then he went to Budapest in Hungary to talk to some Russian guy, and the Russian guy knew a lot of he's like semi-friendly, you know, like talking the Russian accent, and he's obviously a bad guy. He's a spy and gangster probably, whatever. But he gave some insights to Henry, and again, you know, like there's a situation where like interesting. Uh, People talk, communicate, even enemies. They come together and they talk. And if somebody's trying to do something harmful, then the fight begins. You know, if somebody engages the force, the other side is reacting, and then the conflict is actually exploding. But you know, even the tension is there all the time. We always can talk and communicate, and this is shown in the movie in many at many different levels, and it's interesting to analyze, interesting to watch how it's all happening. And what else? Well, there are some funny, entertaining moments during the fights. You know, like there are those you know usual stuff um, in like it's an action movie, so there are you know tactical battles, combats on the streets and stuff. You know, chasing, shooting, fighting, all that stuff. And it's surprising to me that people are actually not looking into the situation, into moving the storyline the way I do. Even those who are doing reviews. So I've seen I don't know 3 or 4, like probably 4 reviews on YouTube, and most of them are talking about technology, how Mr. Lee, the main guy, the director, tried to use 120 frames per second filming and filming equipment, and the flaws about that, like but in the other hand, that's a historical movie, there was no movie done in this kind technological approach. Like usually it's like 24, 25 frames per second. Uh, games are shown at 60 FPS usually. I think like it's standard normal, and uh, I I often find that cameras are at 30, like new cameras, new digital cameras are kinda going towards 30 frames per second, and this is something way higher. And congrats for attempt, but for first attempt is usually a failure, and uh, it it's it's not as good as you wish it to be, and there are not many cinemas that are capable to show all the stuff that they are capturing these cameras. And the other thing, like the de-aging software, some people say, yeah, like they like the first time I was watching Gemini Man, I was so intrigued about how the fuck they made that, like Will Smith, like 50-year-old man, or 51, sorry, uh, uh, and the clone Junior, and the other guy, the third copy of Henry. He was even younger than that. He's like fucking child, but you can still see that's Will Smith, and you think like, is it made the way Avatar was made or something like that? Or how does it work? I'm not fully aware how it's done, and it's kind of cool, but there are moments when it's like yeah, it's computer graphics, so some games it feels more realistic sometimes, in uh, but those are just, rare moments in daylight, when the clone, the younger version of Will Smith is walking in broad daylight. Then you can see that it's actually computer graphics, and it's not, it's kind of human, but it's not alive. Something is missing there, and it's okay, I guess. Mm, for the first attempt in no, it's not first attempt. What I'm talking about, it's only about 120 FPS, but yeah, that's that's something to work on. That's probably a mistake. They're supposed to do something differently about that. And the original idea about the movie was generated more than 20 years ago. At the same era, and like when that well, um, Jesus Christ, I forgot. I should smoke less pot. mm, Shit, the vampire Wesley Snipes, in the movie, like he was half vampire, I think, or something. He was killing vampires, and the Blade, fucking Blade, yeah. So it reminded me that movie, like I think the second Blade, yeah, Blade 2. Uh, I remember the fight scene in the very beginning of the movie. Uh, zombie, no, fucking zombies, vampires were attacking, and they were going onto the building and jumping, and and it was so not realistic. It was like a mm, fast forward thing, computer graphics, CGI, and it was more than 20 years ago, I think. So it's it's basically the movie. Gemini Man is the movie from that period of time, but they delayed the development, the actual making of the movie till now, just to wait for the technology probably. And the thing is that this movie is not as successful as people would like it to be. It's probably mm, out of date in a way, because it's supposed to be a movie for the 90s, and now it's like almost 2020. So that's the problem. That's why they are like they say like 75 million uh, before breaking even on this movie, and I hope they will still be profitable. Uh, but the thing is, this movie wouldn't never see broad daylight. I think if people who made it happen wouldn't see the potential of it. I think they wanted to tell the story, to show something what's important, to say something what's important in a way what in action movie style. I believe so, and I hope it's true. Otherwise, I don't know why would you make this movie. Is it just to test the new technology? I doubt it. I don't know. There are smart people. Will Smith wouldn't do shit like that. I think, and there were people involved like Bruckheimer, Jerry, and the guy from who was behind the Game of Thrones. So these are serious people, and I think they wanted to do something special there. Just people are not people did not accept it the way it should be, and the bad reviews made a big difference. Like I think people are inclined to follow the path when the crowd is going somewhere, like the zombie situation, or so somebody's showing the path, and the easiest path. It's not okay. We don't like it. Oh yeah, we don't like it. We don't like it. And bad reviews, and uh, I don't think that it's a top class movie, but I'd say it's definitely above average, for sure. There are flaws, but there are more important things. There are more important things than good CGI, good computer graphics are not the most important. Isn't the most important thing in life. And I hope you received my message, and you understood my point of view, and I hope people would look into the movie situations from different angle. I want people to look into the into the cinema screen, imagining something like it has to stimulate imagination, or at least compare and doing some comparison, analyze what would it be like in this kind of situation, what would you do, what is it realistic. I think it's much more interesting to watch movies this way, when you are analyzing your own behavior, and you try to understand, what if some kind of shit would happen to you, would you behave the way those people, like those characters in the cinema screen are behaving or not? What would you do? And what does why did they behave like that? You know, and see, it's like I watched few reviews about this movie, and I think you know people are I don't know how would you say, like superficial, maybe sketchy, you know, spoiled for choice, and they just say, it's not very good. It's the action movie, which is like average action movie, or even shit movie, and you know they describe it as a failure, but it's not. And the other thing, like I'm starting to criticize movie critics. That's nice. Uh, hmm. So what else? Maybe you would like to get few spoiler alerts. Like there were some cool conversations in the movie. Uh, like Henry, older Will Smith says, I could I could have shot you on the roof, and Junior says, maybe you should, like maybe you made the mistake by not shooting me, something like that. And I'm mixing it up, not like uh, I remember, yeah. Henry says, I don't want to shoot you. I could shoot you on the roof. Uh, I don't want to shoot you. Fine, says Junior. Do you mind if I shoot you? Something like that. It's cool. I like it. And you know the style, Will Smith style. That's cool. And what else? You might be the first person I would I would AMF for free or something like that. And then there's a question, what's AMF? Adios, motherfucker. Scared is good. It keeps you alert. Or another thing, you know, that girl, uh, she's a nice girl. I like her. The partner, Henry's partner, not by choice, by situation. And she was fighting the other guy, and she won. But in the beginning of that fight, that guy was, you know, so tough, and he pointed the gun at her and said, "They tell me where's Henry, probably, or something like that." And you can tell me now, or you can tell me in 5 minutes, minus your teeth. And later he lost the fight. The lady uh, pointed the gun at him while he was lying on the ground, and said, she asked some question, I don't remember, and you can tell me now, or you can tell me in 5 minutes, minus your teeth, but I don't think she waited any time at all. You know, she just smashed his teeth out with the gun. That's nice. Nice lady. I would marry her. Or like, for example, another nice point. Junior lost the fight against Henry. It wasn't really a fight. Not yet. Uh, he he lost the tactical uh, tactical situation, and he was kind of surrendered, and he said he was sent to kill Henry because he was the best, and Henry says like the SMG, you are not obviously you are not the best, thing like that. I like it. I like this kind of style, and yeah, it's interesting. Maybe it's not the best movie, but it's interesting, and it has something meaningful in it. That's what I love it. So you can look at the movie from different perspectives. From the perspective of reality. So which is cloning situation, cloning people, and you go to the other perspective then, whereas communication between different generations and misunderstanding and conflicts and things like that, and why it might be happening. You might find some powers influencing that, and there's another way to look at things as a internal conversation in a person, and we all have the different kind of personalities. We all have the ways to react to the situation to different situations. We don't have one personality where we have different traits for the situation, for situations where we are playing, we are entertaining ourselves at more like cheerful childish behavior. That's one personality type, and there's a mature adult personality. So you can look at the situation from this perspective, and analyze the communications at that level. And when Henry talks about ghosts and mirrors a lot, that definitely, that meaning something, definitely. Yes, I'm sure about that. And we all have ghosts, and understanding each other, coming to the situations where we work together, we get rid of those ghosts, and we are not scared to look in the mirror. We all do shitty stuff from time to time. It's just nature of the people. We all have survival mechanisms that we're not controlling. Underground processes are running there, and so sometimes they overrule our logic, and we might get into the trouble. But once we have people around us who understand us and support us, we are much likely to succeed, and that's what happened to Junior Clay, ex-killer, ex-assassin, who was changed by the wisdom of the older person, and he started college, started a normal life, and that's what we all want, and that's what this movie about. It's not about action. You fucking critics, you don't understand what you're talking about. You are superficial hypocrites. That's what you are actually. That's true. Sorry about that. I didn't want to insult anyone, but I have to. I hope you enjoy my review and like it if you liked it, dislike if you disliked it. Please subscribe, share, do whatever you want. Have a good life.